Now there are a few different ways that you might see some linear functions, and these are the first two that we're going to talk about. This thing called slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. M here is the slope of the line that we're dealing with. B is the y-intercept, where we're crossing the y-axis. Then we've got standard form, ax plus by equal to c, where a, b, and c are all integers, and a has to be positive. So no fractions, no decimals, and a cannot be negative. So let's practice writing some equations in standard form. Here we've got negative 3 over 10x equals 8y minus 15. Remember, standard form is ax plus by equals c, which means we need the x term and the y term to be on the left and the constant to be on the right. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to subtract 8y to get it to the other side. That way my constant's by itself, x and y are on the same side. So now we've got negative 3 over 10x minus 8y equals negative 15. The other thing about a, b, and c is we can't have any fractions. So this negative 3 over 10 is breaking that rule. Plus, a cannot be negative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill two birds with one stone here. And I'm going to get rid of this 10 and this negative sign all at the same time by multiplying every single term by negative 10. Because when I do that, if I multiply this first term by negative 10, that gets rid of this negative sign and gets rid of this 10. Because negative 3/10 times negative 10 just leaves us with positive 3. Then negative 8 times negative 10 is positive 80. And we have negative 15 times negative 10, which is 150. So now all of our numbers are a, b, and c. Those are all integers, and a is positive. So we are in standard form. Number 4, 2y equals 4x plus 5. Again, I need x and y to be on the same side, so I'm going to subtract this 4x. So now we have negative 4x plus 2y equals 5. And it looks okay so far, except for this negative in front of our a. We need this very first term to be positive. So in order to get rid of that, I'm going to multiply every single term by negative 1. I'm going to switch the sign for all three terms. So now we have 4x minus 2y equals negative 5. This is perfect. A is not allowed to be negative, but b and c certainly can be, so this is great. Number 5, 3x minus 6y minus 9 equals 0. The x and the y are already on the same side, but we need to move that constant over. So what I'm going to do is add 9 to both sides, so then we just have 3x minus 6y equals 9. All of my numbers are integers, a is positive, so we are done. Number 6, negative 5 over 8x minus 11 equals 2y. I'm going to move the 2y over and I'm going to move the 11 over all in one step. So keep in mind here, I'm subtracting the 2y and I'm adding the 11 to both sides. So now we have negative 5 over 8x minus 2y equals 11. Now, just like I did in number 4, I'm going to multiply every single piece by this denominator and this negative. So I'm going to multiply everything by negative 8. That leaves us with 5x plus 16y equals negative 88. Everything's an integer, a is positive, we're done. Finally, we have 1/3 y equals 2/3 x minus 2. So first I'm going to move that 2/3 x over. So we're going to subtract it. So we have negative 2/3 x plus 1/3 y equals negative 2. Going to get rid of the denominator and the negative all at once. I'm going to multiply everything by negative 3. That leaves us with 2x minus, and then 1/3 of 3 is just 1, so minus y equals positive 6. Everything's an integer, a is positive, it's all in the right order, so we're done.